Hi, I'm Dan Sheridan.
I'm Melody Lander.
I'm Junior Lanyon, and we run the London Tap Jam.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're going to have a good time. I do say it myself. Yes, we have some fantastic tap dancers here tonight.
Junior's been teaching a class in London at Pineapple Studios for 10 years, and that's how we all met. It was a great vehicle for lots of tap dancers to meet, and Junior basically introduced us all to improvisation and rhythm tap dancing and the idea of improvisation.
After every class we'd hang out, we'd get food together, we'd just chat, we'd talk about things tap related or things non-tap related as well. And we always kept talking about the idea of doing a jam session or having a jam session here.
Dan and I think maybe we were the most responsive towards the idea of actually, let's do it, we're going to make this happen. So we sort of started having meetings, and we came up with a plan.
So we had our first jam, which was at Oxygen Bar, and yeah, I remember that when we did it, I had a few friends calling up saying that they were sorry they couldn't see me. They went home because they couldn't fit in the building. They couldn't get in the club because it was so packed. We were really surprised by that. We sorted it out purely as a one-off to see if it would work. And then from then we thought, we need to make this continue.
London Tap Jam doesn't just happen, we discuss a lot.
Yeah.
Every little detail is
Yeah.
discussed and debated between the three of us. And it's really useful because Dan has computer and technical skills and is able to operate lighting, which is and sound, which is extremely useful. I can't do any of that. Junior can't do any of that. Junior is the talent, he has the hosting skills.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Give it up for Alex again, yes.
Well, Melody coordinates on the night.
Yeah.
It's actually Melody on the night that decides who's going to go on stage next, the order of the show.
We work really well together. We all come from different backgrounds. Junior is a professional actor and dancer.
Just tap dancer. I don't do ballet, I don't do flamenco,
I am a documentary director, producer, and Dan works in, what do you want?
Dan is a computer scientist.
I'm a nuclear safety consultant.
And I think the great thing also about us
We also. It's so true.
is that we do it for the love, don't we? We do it for the love of the art form of tap. I don't think we have any particular selfish reasons for putting a jam.
Well, except
together.
that we want to go to a jam.
Yeah.
And it's a way of having a jam to go to.
And we enjoy it.
Yes, no one else did it, so we do it.
I think any profits that we do make from the London Tap Jam, we plough back into the tap community, and we sort of use them to help us bring over international tap artists to give master classes, or to help us build a new stage for Tap Jam or something. We do try and sort of, and also, to sort of keep the tap, maintain the Tap Jam.
Okay, so after a couple of years at Digress Bar, finally we were poached by Ronnie Scotch, which is an absolute dream come true for us. From the very first jam we did, we thought it would be great to be there. This is the #1 jazz club in the UK, and after 2 and a bit years, we end up there. So that was great for us. A very different venue than the other clubs. From the very first event that we had, Will Gaines was a huge part of making that happen. He had the contacts in terms of musicians. So the musicians that we used were friends of his. He came down to support us as well. This is the legend that is Will Gaines himself. And so he was a huge part of making that work, pretty much. We are so lucky that we've been supported by people like, especially in the early days, people like Roxanne Butterfly, people like Heather Cornell, Andrew Neymar, because they've come over purely to support the jam. And what we've been able to do because of that is we've been able to actually set them up with workshops so they can teach local tap dancers, so they can improve and they can get stronger.
It also allows the audience, who generally haven't really been exposed to much tap dance, to see some of the top tap dancers in the world.
Absolutely.
I think we've always thought it was really important to increase the profile of rhythm tap in the UK. and that's one of the main things we're trying to do with the Tap Jam, spread the word about rhythm tap. Most people in this country think tap is top, hat and tails, which is one aspect of tap, but most people don't know about the rhythm aspect, the improvisational aspect, and when they come to Tap Jam, everyone loves it. Yeah, so we were very lucky in that we didn't actually have to do much to attract publicity. Publicity came to us, so we had Time Out writing an article about us, The Times writing a double-page spread about us. We were in Heat magazine, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We were.
Heat magazine, and then the BBC asked to make a 10-minute little programme on the Jam, which was great as well.
Yeah, so from a lot of the conversations that we've been having during a lot of the meetings that we've had has been about making sure that the event is positive. Because in order to have a community of people who are strong dancers, they need to start somewhere. They need to jump on the stage at an early level.
So we've been really lucky in London that the social atmosphere at the Jam has always been really supportive and really, really friendly. It's not in any way adversarial. Everybody celebrates the different styles of dance, the way that different people express themselves. So rhythm tap isn't really a big thing in the UK. That's just not the way that tap is taught here. So although there are many great tap dancers in London, and we wanted to bring them on board, they have no knowledge of improvisation. That's just not the way they think about tap dance. So right from the beginning, we wanted to include a class as part of the Jam session. So we created the concept of the Renegade stage, which was going to run for 3/4 of an hour before each Jam session started, to be an opportunity to teach tap dancers about improvisation and prepare them for taking their solos. And so we brought in Annette Walker, who's a wonderful tap dancer, to lead those sessions and to teach improvisation.
We were very lucky to encounter the very talented Michelle Dries, who is a fantastic drummer, and she and her trio now play for our Jam. They have been playing for our Jam for about 2 years. They're fantastic, very talented musicians, and we are very lucky as a Jam to be able to tap dance and improvise with such musicians.
In the UK, I think as well as around the rest of the world to a degree, especially when we started the Jam session, a lot of tap dancers who go to classes who start as kids, they're not really introduced to the idea of actually dancing with musicians. I think that's totally alien to them. It's about putting on a tape or a CD or pressing play on the MP3 player and actually just dancing along with that and not really interacting with that music, not really saying something musically. It's a percussion instrument, as we all know, but I think one of the things that the Jam has done for London and for the UK has actually said, no, you should be connected at all times. You're dancing and you're making music.
You guys are phenomenal. These guys are phenomenal. You guys are very nice. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.